Okay, so next, life insurance. So life insurance obviously is important and you need it because nobody can predict when our day is, right? And so life insurance is basically going to be there to take care of your loved ones in the event that you pass. Not just your beneficiaries, but everybody else. And so it is something that most organizations will provide some of, and then you have the option to purchase additional life insurance. And I think, let me see, I can't remember which enrollment form I gave you. Was it on there? I don't think so. Okay. But so it's usually you can purchase up to 1 times, 2 times, or 3 times your salary. And so if you die, then your family gets a portion of your paychecks and however the organization is working out that insurance. Okay? So do life insurance. And again, it is really, really inexpensive to purchase extras. So right now, it's just, for a lot of you, it's just you, right? So you don't have a family, you don't have kids. And so you may not need to purchase 3 times your salary amount because there may not be people that you need to take care of if you die. But for myself, I've got this beautiful family, and if I die, bless my poor husband's heart, you will have some issues. And so my salary, although it's not much, the life insurance will help with that. And so I purchase additional funds for him. And he better do that as well for me. Because he makes more money than I do. Okay. So questions about life insurance? That's not my family, but that would have been a cool picture if that were. Yes? That's a really good question. Let me see here.
What was the
Ask me
question?
that at the end. Because I may have to ask somebody else for that one. Okay, flexible spending. That's a really good one. Okay, flexible spending. Who knows what flexible spending accounts are? Sometimes they're called cafeteria accounts. Who knows? So one person. Okay, so again, I was like 4 years into, or for my 4th job, didn't know what this was, and when I found out what it was, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. Because what this is it allows you to set aside money that you earn. It allows you to set it aside in a different account pre-tax. Now that may not mean a thing to you right now, and I understand that, but every year you have to pay taxes, and you're being taxed on the money that you make. And so if you're setting aside funds in like I like to think of this as an offshore account, then the government can't tax you on that money. And so that's pretty cool. And you have a max that you can contribute. It's $5,000 for healthcare costs, and it's $5,000 for dependent. So if you're taking care of somebody like daycare, or your kids are in daycare, you're taking care of a parent that's in a nursing home or has assisted living or something like that, those kind of costs can be pre-tax. So you need to make a note. When you have children, sign up for this because daycare is a blank. Okay? It is so expensive. Like half of your paycheck is going to go to daycare. And so, if you choose to still work. And so, it is nice that you're not taxed on the money that you're paying for that. Okay? And so again, that's something you have to sign up for during enrollment that you cannot change until open enrollment. Now, the caveat to this is if you do not spend the money in your offshore account, by the end of the year, that money goes away. You don't get to keep it. It probably goes to Uncle Sam. I don't know who gets that money. But whoever it is, I'm sure loves their life because not everybody spends that money. So kind of calculate. So for your healthcare costs, it could be anything. So how many of you shop at Target? All right. So if you've ever looked at your receipt and it's like plus, minus, plus, you know what I'm talking about? Like next to the items in the itemized receipt. So how many know what that plus is? So the plus signifies what qualifies as a flexible spending healthcare item. It could be your Q-tips, it could be your tampons, it could be your eye a solution, and then obviously your prescriptions that, cost an arm and a leg. So it includes over-the-counter and prescription type of thing. So next time, I love Target because it just makes it easy. Walmart, I mean, it's every single one. Wait, what's that abbreviation even for? I don't remember. And so anyway, so at the end of the year, you're going to calculate your healthcare costs, and you can either pay for it then, from that money, you can get it back from that account, or most places you're able to have a separate debit card that you can pay for your health care costs, and it just comes directly out of your offshore account. It's not really offshore, but that's what I'm referring to. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry? Yes, PayFlex. Flexible spending, cafeteria, it just has different terms. Yeah, but so there are two different ones. Remember, health care, so this is for everybody, because you all are spending something. And then you have dependent care. You cannot enroll in dependent, I guess you could enroll in dependent care if you don't have dependents, but you can't spend it and then you're going to lose that, okay? So if you don't have any prescriptions that you use, or you don't ever shop in the prescription aisle, then don't put the max $5,000 in that account, because you'll likely not spend all that in a year, okay? Any more questions on that? Yes, ma'am.
Why is it good for that to be pre-tax dollars?
So good question. So why is it good to be pre-tax dollars? Who has a good answer for that?
Because it's worth more before tax, so your taxes aren't taken out of it. It's a larger amount of money.
Well, no, it'd be the same amount, but so say I make $40,000 a year, okay, as my first job. I'm only going to be, if I'm putting the max amount into healthcare, my offshore account, then I'm only going to be taxed at the end of the year by the IRS on $35,000. Okay? Or it could actually be monthly. So if you get a job offer and they say, oh, you make $55,000, you don't really make $55,000. Do you know that? Okay, so all these people take out money in your monthly payment. So one of those would be flexible spending, and one of those would be taxed. So you're being taxed on the amount after you put your money aside. So you're paying less money to the government, basically, which is always a good thing. Was there a question over here? Everybody comfortable with this? Great. See how exciting this is? Saving money. Okay. Accidental death insurance. I don't know if you can see this. You probably can't. So this is a scuba diver who died because a town was on fire, and the helicopters came, scooped up the ocean water to pour on this town, and this poor scuba diver was picked up in that. So that was an accidental death, all right? So it's probably not going to be very funny if you actually die accidentally, but there's separate, this would be in addition to your life insurance, basically, okay? This is one of those completely up to you, like if you like to skydive, if you're a risk taker, or, I don't know, you're just clumsy, you're one of those people, you know those people? Like, man, she's going to go pretty funnily just because that's kind of who she is. So you may want to purchase that, you may not. I don't have accidental life insurance. I'm pretty conservative, I don't want to go on planes or anything like that. So I don't have that. Lots of people do. Completely up to you. All right. Yes, ma'am. No, it could just be anything. It's an addition. So if you die, it's probably an accident. It's probably an accident. Unless you. I don't mean that'd be funny. Unless you're like old and it's obvious that you're dying. So no. Well, I guess you could argue anything's high risk at your age, right? You would die, it would be because it was an accident, right? And so it's just going to be additional. It's like life insurance, but it's called something different, and it's an additional amount of money that your people are going to get. Okay, it's on top. It would be on top of your life insurance. Yes, ma'am.
Would medical reasons be covered under this, or is that under life?
No. Yeah. Yes. So if you have like a pre-existing condition that's going to cause you to die, so say you have
Cancer.
Okay. So say you have cancer. You're probably not going to qualify for accidental life.
Okay.
You could qualify for accidental life if you died in a car accident and cancer wasn't the cause of your death.
Okay.
Okay. So bringing up cancer.
But generally medical things are under life.
Yeah, so life you're gonna get regardless. You die, you get it. Okay, doesn't matter why you die, how you die. Okay, so life, sign up for that. Okay, because we're all gonna die, and you are worth something. Okay, so a lot of places. So thank you for bringing up cancer. That's a sentence never thought I'd say. So cancer, a lot of places you can actually sign up for cancer insurance. So that would be you don't have cancer now, but you're a very, very pessimistic person and you think you will have cancer later. Okay? So my take on that is that I've been through lots of, pitches for your insurance people, and they're like, something goes for certain people and it'd be cancer, blah, 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 blah. And so I remember one time I called my dad, I was like, oh my gosh, Dad, I'm going to try to sign up for cancer, I'm going to get cancer, I'm going to die of cancer, and it's going to be so expensive, I have to have cancer insurance. And he's like, Jessica, you've got good insurance other than cancer insurance, it's going to cover it. So it's just one of those supplemental things, that a lot of times they try to, pull at your pessimistic side and tell you to sign up for. Now that being said, if you have just a long history of cancer in your family, maybe that's something you want to sign up for. So, but anyway, that's really depressing. Let's move. Really, insurance is depressing because it's in the event that you're sick or you die. So, right, we're all having a good time.